Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic holiday season. A time filled with warmth and maybe even a little magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of magic, that's kind of what we're diving into today.
Okay.
It's a Christmas special episode of Heartbeat, Human Connections. That show that always seems to dig up those amazing stories of compassion, those stories that really kind of renew your faith in humanity a little bit.
I love that show. It's like a warm hug for your soul, especially around Christmas time.
Right. And for this Christmas special, they put together 10 stories from all over the world.
Wow.
Each one highlighting how acts of kindness, those big and small gestures, can create these truly unforgettable memories, especially during the holidays, right?
It's true. There's something about this time of year that makes people want to go the extra mile and spread some joy.
Exactly. And so they've got this whole thing structured as a countdown of kindness, starting with number 10 and working our way up to the most heartwarming story of them all. You ready to embark on this little global journey of heartwarming moments?
I am so ready. Let's do it.
Okay, awesome. So to get a feel for what we're dealing with here, let's breeze through the bottom 5 stories on their countdown first.
Sounds good.
So first up, we have this bookstore that transformed itself into a secret Santa shop.
Oh, that's cool.
And what they did was they allowed kids from underprivileged backgrounds to actually choose a gift for their loved ones for free.
Wow, that's amazing.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Instilling the joy of giving in these kids from such a young age.
I love that.
It's such a beautiful way to introduce the concept of generosity and also, make Christmas really special for these families who might be struggling a little bit.
It's so true. Something as simple as a gift can make a world of difference for a family during the holidays.
Okay, next on the list, we've got a caroling choir spreading Christmas cheer to patients in hospitals in New York.
Oh, that's sweet.
Think about it. Being stuck in a hospital during the holidays, away from your family and all those traditions, it can be really tough.
We can be so isolating.
Yeah, exactly. But this choir, they bring the warmth and the spirit of Christmas right to the patient's bedsides.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a true testament to the healing power of music and just human connection.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Music has a way of breaking down those barriers and connecting people on a really deep level.
Now, speaking of connection, our next story takes us to London for this huge food drive,
Awesome.
aimed at making sure that no one misses out on a proper Christmas dinner.
That is so important. So many people struggle with food insecurity, and it's especially hard during the holidays.
It really is. And this story truly highlights the importance of community support, right?
Yeah.
And how coming together can actually make a real tangible difference in people's lives.
It's a good reminder that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, and we have a responsibility to take care of each other.
Absolutely. And this next story, this one's kind of a fun one.
Okay.
We have a group of engineers in Tokyo who decided to put their tech skills to good use for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. What are they doing?
Instead of, building the latest gadget or whatever, they're actually repairing old toys.
Right.
And then they donate them to children's shelters.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's such a wonderful example of being resourceful and giving back in a sustainable way.
Right. Giving those toys a second life and bringing joy to kids who might not have otherwise received them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it really gets you thinking,
It does.
about how we can all use whatever skills and talents we have to contribute to the well-being of others. Don't you think?
Definitely. We all have something to offer.
And rounding out our bottom 5, we have a story that's sure to warm your heart. Get this.
Okay.
An anonymous person in Seattle. They decided to pay for all the Christmas trees at a local lot. All of them.
Wow.
Can you imagine the look on those families' faces? The people struggling to afford a tree, and suddenly they can take one home for free.
That is amazing. What a wonderful act of kindness.
It's just incredible. And even though this person wanted to remain anonymous, their generosity speaks volumes about, that kindness that exists all around us.
It really restores your faith in humanity, doesn't it?
It really does. It reminds us that even those small, seemingly insignificant acts can create this ripple effect of joy and make someone's Christmas truly magical.
It's the little things that often make the biggest difference.
So those were our bottom 5 stories, a really nice mix of acts of kindness from all corners of the globe.
Yeah, some really heartwarming stories there. But I'm excited to hear about the top 5. You said those are even more incredible.
Oh yeah, we're about to get into the top 5, and let me tell you, you might want to grab some tissues.
Okay.
These stories are truly touching. First up, we have Christmas lights for seniors. Which takes us to a retirement home in Florida.
Oh, I love that. Seniors are often forgotten during the holidays.
Right. And this story really shines a light on them. A group of local students, they recognize that a lot of seniors might be feeling kind of isolated or forgotten during the holidays.
Yeah.
So they took it upon themselves to decorate this entire retirement home with Christmas lights.
No, that is so sweet. I bet the residents loved it.
Oh, they did. They transformed the whole place into this festive wonderland.
I can just imagine their faces lighting up.
You know, what really stuck with me about this story wasn't just the decorating itself. It was the impact it had on the people living there.
Of course.
In the episode, they actually interviewed one of the residents who was just, like, beaming.
Yeah.
And she said, "It's like stepping back into my childhood," with tears in her eyes.
Oh, wow.
It's just a powerful reminder that sometimes the simplest things can stir up those deep emotions
Yeah.
and create these lasting, heartwarming memories.
It's all about finding those creative ways to bring a little bit of joy into people's lives.
Exactly. And speaking of connections, bringing people together,
Yeah.
our next story, Holiday Reunion. This one's all about that.
Okay, I love a good reunion story.
This time we're headed down under it to Australia,
All right.
where this airline decided to offer free flights to families who were separated by distance. And they did this so that families with loved ones serving in the military could reunite just in time for Christmas.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The episode captured these emotional reunions at the airport, and it was just beautiful.
I bet. There's nothing quite like being with your loved ones during the holidays, especially after being apart for so long.
It really makes you appreciate the power of family and togetherness.
Absolutely. Family is everything.
And one of the soldiers they interviewed actually said, "This is the best Christmas gift I could have ever asked for."
I'm not crying, you're crying.
It's a great reminder of what truly matters during the holiday season.
It's not about the presents, it's about the people.
Now, this next story, Christmas Eve Vigil, this one really got to me.
Tell me about it.
So picture this. A group of volunteers in Paris decide to spend their entire Christmas Eve
Yeah.
holding a vigil outside of a homeless shelter.
Wow, that's powerful.
And what's unique about this is that it's not just about providing material help, like food or shelter,
Right.
It's about being there for people who might be feeling alone and forgotten, especially on a night when most people are celebrating with family.
That's so true. The holidays can be a really tough time for people who are struggling or who don't have a support system.
Right. And it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement and the parties and forget about those who might need a little extra love and attention.
It's a good reminder to check in on our neighbors and make sure everyone feels included.
Absolutely. And one of the volunteers actually said, "We wanted to make sure that no one felt alone tonight."
That's beautiful.
It's a simple statement, but it carries so much weight, right?
It really does. It shows that sometimes the most meaningful gift we can give someone is just our presence.
Yeah, get ready for this next one because it's truly special. It's called the Snow Globe Project, and it takes place in Canada.
The Snow Globe Project. That sounds intriguing.
This story is all about creativity and personalizing gifts. A community came together to create these handmade snow globes. But not just any snow globes. These were personalized snow globes, specifically for children spending Christmas in the hospital.
Oh, that's so thoughtful.
Each one is crafted with love and had this special message of hope inside, tailored to each child's individual journey.
That's incredible. It's like a little piece of magic and hope for those kids going through a difficult time.
And I loved how they took this simple object, this snow globe, and transformed it into this symbol of resilience and hope.
Yeah. It's a powerful reminder that even in the midst of challenges, there's still beauty to be found.
Absolutely. And the episode actually featured a quote from one of the nurses who said, "Each shake of the globe reminds us there's beauty even in the storm." Isn't that lovely?
That is lovely. It's like a little metaphor for life, isn't it?
And finally, we've reached the top act of kindness, the one they consider the grand finale.
All right, let's hear it.
It's called The Christmas Miracle. And it takes us to this small town in Italy that experienced a terrible tragedy right before Christmas.
Oh no, what happened?
So their local toy store, which was kind of the heart of their holiday spirit, it burned down.
Oh no, that's awful, especially right before Christmas.
I know, right? The children were devastated, and it seemed like Christmas was ruined.
That's heartbreaking.
But what happened next is truly a testament to the spirit of Christmas.
Oh.
This entire town, they rallied together. They raised funds, they sourced toys from all the neighboring towns.
That's incredible.
And in the end, they made sure that every single child in that town received a gift on Christmas morning.
Wow, they really pulled together. Talk about community spirit.
They literally recreated the magic of Christmas.
That's amazing. It shows how much people care,
Yeah.
how in times of need, we really can come together and support each other.
Exactly. And the owner of the toy store, he was just overwhelmed with gratitude.
I bet.
He said, "We might have lost our store, but we gained a family."
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
It just shows how powerful kindness can be,
It
right?
really does. It has this incredible ability to connect us, to heal, and to inspire.
And speaking of inspiration, that kind of leads us to something else that emerged from these incredible stories. Have you heard of the hashtag Christmas kindness movement?
Hashtag Christmas kindness. I don't think so. Tell me about it.
So it's this really simple but powerful movement. It's basically a call to action for everyone to embrace the spirit of the season
I like that.
by doing one act of kindness each day leading up to Christmas.
That's a great idea. And it doesn't have to be anything big or expensive, right?
Exactly. It's about those small, everyday things, like holding a door open for someone, or paying someone a genuine compliment, or maybe helping an elderly neighbor with their groceries. Those little things that can really brighten someone's day.
It's those little acts of kindness that can make a big difference in someone's life.
And you know what's cool? The episode actually encourages people to share their acts of kindness online
Oh, really?
using the hashtag Christmas kindness. I mean, can you imagine the amazing stories and inspiration that'll come from that?
It's like creating a ripple effect of kindness throughout the world.
Exactly. It's a way to create this virtual community united by compassion and encourage even more people to join the movement.
I love that.
Now, before we move on to the viewer spotlight from the episode, I'm curious, what are some small acts of kindness that you've done or witnessed?
Let me think. Just the other day, I saw someone struggling to carry their groceries up some stairs, so I offered to help. It was a small thing, but I could tell they really appreciated it.
That's awesome. It's amazing how those small gestures can have such a big impact. Now, speaking of inspiring stories, we can't forget about the viewer spotlight they featured in this episode.
Oh, right. I'm always interested to hear about what viewers are doing.
This particular story, it features a viewer in Germany who decided to organize this whole Christmas party for refugee children,
Oh, that's wonderful.
giving them a sense of belonging and holiday cheer in a new and maybe a little bit unfamiliar place.
That is such a kind and thoughtful gesture, especially during the holidays when it's so important to feel connected to others.
Right, and it really showcases how one person's initiative can make a world of difference.
It also highlights the importance of extending our kindness beyond our usual circles, reaching out to those who might be feeling a little lost or marginalized.
Absolutely, especially during the holidays, right?
Yeah.
It's about expanding our definition of what family means
Yeah.
and making sure everyone feels the joy of Christmas.
Beautifully said. It's about spreading that love and compassion as far and wide as we can. It's just amazing to see the response from the viewers on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
People sharing their own stories of kindness. Proof that compassion is contagious.
It's true. Seeing others doing good, it kind of motivates you to do the same, doesn't it?
It really does. It's like this wave of warmth going around the world.
So as we're wrapping up our deep dive into these amazing stories, I think for me the big takeaway is how much we crave connection, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, I totally agree. Whether it's those family reunions or caroling for strangers or just offering a smile, it's like these acts of kindness, they remind us that we're all in this together.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like kindness, it really knows no borders, cultures, languages, none of that matters.
It's a universal language.
Exactly. And what I really love about this hashtag Christmas kindness movement, it's not just about being on the receiving end of kindness.
Right.
It's about taking action ourselves,
Yeah.
making that conscious effort to brighten someone else's day.
And that's something we can keep doing even after the holidays are over.
Right.
Make it a year-round thing.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be these huge gestures,
Mhm.
It's about those small everyday actions that can really make a difference.
Couldn't agree more.
Now, before we sign off, I'd love to hear from you. What really stood out for you in these stories? Was there a particular act of kindness that just really resonated with you?
We'd love for you to share your thoughts with us. You can find us on social media using hashtag AI for the people. Let's keep this conversation going.
And hey, why not challenge yourself to do one act of kindness today? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Even the smallest thing can have a ripple effect.
Right.
Inspire others to pay it forward.
Remember, kindness is a gift that keeps on giving. It not only makes the person receiving it feel good, but it also brings a sense of purpose to the giver.
So true. Who knows? Maybe your act of kindness will create a whole chain reaction of compassion, making the world a little brighter, one good deed at a time. You know what I keep thinking about?
Mm.
It's how these stories show us that the simplest acts, they often make the biggest impact.
It's true. Sometimes it's the smallest gestures that really touch people's hearts.
And it's not just about the holidays, right?
Yeah.
It's like kindness. It matters all year round.
Absolutely. It's something we should strive for every single day, not just during a certain season.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into all these amazing stories,
Hmm.
I want to thank you for coming along with us on this journey of pure heartwarming goodness. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired right now.
Yeah.
And maybe a little more hopeful too.
Me too, for sure.
So if these stories sparked something in you and you're looking for more examples of compassion in action, I highly recommend checking out Heartbeat Human Connections.
Oh, yeah. It's a great show. They really showcase the best of humanity. All those stories of kindness and generosity.
It's the perfect thing to watch when you need a little boost, a reminder that there's still good in the world.
Absolutely.
And on that note, from all of us here at the Deep Dive, we wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, filled with love, joy, and of course, lots and lots of kindness.
And may that spirit of giving and compassion stay with you all throughout the year.
Merry Christmas, everyone!